Anambra State, here we are. It's going to be a tough battle because now we have some candidates of some of the parties who are pretending to be candidates, whose candidacy has been jaundiced by the process of nomination. But you see, the Independent National Electoral Commission has no powers to disqualify any candidates by law. Rather, they go by court processes. So Anambra is going to be very interesting. And very interesting because after the first process was concluded, we now say to ourselves, we start as a party. What do we do? Let's go and look and shop for individuals with credible pedigree, individuals that will add value and bring back Anambra State to where it was before the present predicament. So we started moving. We saw a lot of aspirants. Some of them are in other political parties now as candidates. But we saw someone, an industrialist, a wealth creator, an employer, a man who will be coming as governor, but will not be coming because of what he's going to take from the state government. But rather he's bringing value. He's using his wide contacts to develop Anambra State. I'm talking of Dr. Obiora Okonkwo. You see, I'm a follower of events in Anambra State. This is an opportunity Zenith Labour Party should not miss. Because if you check the calculations in Anambra, you may say that it will be too close to call, but it will be in favor of the Zenith Labour Party. We are doing this unveiling today to bring to you and to unveil to you that candidate of our party that will be running as governor. And we want a situation where the first 5 parties must be subjected to thorough debates. You must come and tell Anambra people what you have done for yourself, what you have done for the people of Anambra State and your constituency. If you have held government position before, you must tell Anambra people how you assisted them with the position you occupied. If you were there and you were selfish, you didn't help anybody, then it means you don't have the acumen to serve the people of Anambra State. You must also speak to Anambra people. What you do about unemployment, what you do about the economy of the state, your contact to bring investors to the state. What will be your position on the infrastructure? How would you turn Oka that is still looking like a glorified local government, turn it to look like a state like other states? These are the issues that must be interrogated. There will be no proxy candidates. You must come and talk to the Anambra people. They must listen to the debate. They must hear you and know whether you are a fit and proper person to occupy the position of governor of Anambra State. So I will unveil to you and present to you this good of merchantable quality, this person with character, this person that is coming to get Anambra State from where they have been in the past 7 years. He is a serious, articulate person. He is thorough, and he is coming to change positively what should have been or what is to what that is ought to be. Let me have the privilege and honor to introduce to you the governorship and the deputy governorship candidates. You see, we are gender sensitive. We partner. It is in Labour Party, even in our ESCO, we have more than 50% of the ESCO members as females. We do that consciously without looking at the Beijing Convention, because we believe there are credible women, there are women who will be partners in this drive, in this exercise of governance. And when we test them, we discover that they are good and they are in a position to assist and bring that feminine touch into governance. Let me introduce to you the governorship candidates of the Zenith Labour Party, Chief Obiora Okonkwo, PhD, and Mrs. Jelly Belong, the deputy, to the public. I will be presenting to you this flag on behalf of the National Executive Council of the Zenith Labour Party. This flag is flag of victory. We are giving you this flag to take it and conquer, take it and win. Yes. Deliver Anambra State. Yes. Wherever you are, use this flag. Show the people that this flag has its logo of persons, family, climbing high. They are climbing high on a staircase. Because wherever we are going to climb high. We are going to take the state from the point where it is to the zenith where they are supposed to be. So I present to you this flag that represents family, hard work, dedication. Take this flag and wave.
Today being the first day of September, our journey to Agoka has just started in earnest. Having listened to the chairman carefully, I have no doubt that here, moving forward, is going to be a very serious business. I can assure you that with this mandate and this flag we've just received today, the Almighty God, who knows everything, will help us in this very, very taxing journey. I won't be deceiving you if I tell it's an easy journey. It is not. Nothing good comes easy. But one thing I can assure you is that we are more than prepared to make all the sacrifices that are demanded, to put in our best, not for our own good, but for the good of others and to the glory of God, the Almighty Father. There's no doubt that our position in Anambra State continues to go from good to bad and bad to worst. I am aware of the fact that there are a lot of other aspirants who may have one qualification or the other to lead Anambra State, but with the state of affairs right now, neither do we need good aspirants or good candidates. We don't even need a better one or even the best. What Anambra requires now is the best of the best. One may be wondering how that's going to happen with the Zenith party that you might consider a small party. Yes, let others claim to be Goliath. We are quite happy and honored to answer David in this battle. But one thing I can assure you is that at the end of this battle, only the will of God will be done. This is a tactical game. It's not your usual politicking. We understand that most of our opponents have multitude and gamut of issues. Those things will continue to manifest along this journey, but be rest assured, we are not preparing, relying on the weaknesses of our opponent. We will be prepared to win based on our own strength. We have what it takes to lead Anambra State. We have 10-point agenda that have been carefully developed. Each point of that agenda is nothing but what I have done in my own individual life as a private citizen. But I realize that there is so much you can do as an individual. So for me, the desire to get into this race is just looking for a bigger platform to do more things for people. Because opportunities to help people are there, but the leaders of today, one way or the other, have chosen the other way. Few days ago, Anambra was 30 years as a state. It is the only state that does not have a modern government lodge, a modern secretariat, and a modern government house. What can we say we have achieved 30 years of Anambra as a state? This might not be yardstick of measurement of growth, but that's a basic infrastructure you can think of. The government of Anambra State under the current administration has not conducted local government election. Without governance in local government areas, how can you assure development from bottom up? How can you groom young and future leaders? Everything has been so centralized, the resources, the power, because it serves those in power good. My deputy and I have written a commitment letter to Anambra people, in the Anambra, that within 12 months of our swearing in, we will conduct local government election. Our government and program is people-oriented program, and surely, for everything we do, we will carry the people of Anambra along. I thank you for this opportunity, and I can tell you that here we are with the grace of God and the benevolence of Zenith Labour Party. When my first journey in my previous political party came to an end, if I had to take a personal decision as a private citizen who has been so blessed by God, I would have simply said, I've had enough, I've tried my best, let me go to my private life and enjoy myself with my family and all the good things God has given me. But this time, I'm faced with that decision in my quiet moments. I'm going to have flashes of, what about others who have sacrificed their life in the cause of liberating their own people? What about those who have gone to prison several times and back? What are those who have been wounded in the cause? And all I've just done is to put my time and little resources. Then I got encouraged that I can actually do more than I have done. And I hope being here, like I said, is divine, and it will not be in vain. Come November 6th, I pray God that only Anambra people will be able to determine who their leader will be. No other way. And for that leader to emerge, my prayer is that it should be that leader that is ordained by God. If it pleases God, that it should be my humble self and my able deputy We are assuring him and making a firm promise before you and to God in heaven that we shall be good shepherd of our people, and then we should do nothing else but to offer service for the benefit of mankind and to the glory of all God, the Almighty, the maker of heaven and earth. Our 10-point agenda is anchored on strong pillars and philosophy. We have great plan for diaspora engagement because we're going to create wealth. And for it to create wealth, you need a whole lot of investment. Our economic environment today is not quite conducive for foreign investors. Investment can only come now out of sentiment and out of attachment. It should come because I'm an Anambra person and I want to pay back to my society. It should come because I'm an Anambra person and I need to have investment in my hometown. Our strong economic base is on the diasporians. We have internal diasporians, we have external diasporians. 20-something billion US dollars was remitted into Nigeria last year from diaspora. And I can tell you about 80% of them are from Anambra people. So we are creating a special ministry of diasporian affairs to engage Anambrarians wherever they are. And indeed, the rest of Igbo people. The world today is a global village. We will only preach the philosophy of think home, that for whatever you are doing, you can stay there and have a presence at home. From there, we expect to see a whole lot of revenue, because before that is done, we must have created an enabling environment. And that brings us to the issue of security, which is also paramount in our 10-point cardinal agenda. I do not believe that security can only be achieved from the hardware. It should be stick and carrot. We have young people in Anambra State belonging to one other group or the other. I can assure you that the reason is because they have not had a comfortable office where they should be making a living. They have not had a comfort life for them to know the meaning of life. They have turned to be a gender making, what am I living for? The only reason a grown-up human being will carry a gun and face an armed force trained personnel is if his life means nothing to him. We have programs to introduce technical education in every school in Anambra State. So you are graduating with a skill. And for this reason, my foundation has signed an agreement with Celestial Fathers of Don Bosco. They have the experience. In the last 6 years, they have trained over 500,000 Indians. 500,000. 80% of them have been export level. They have signed an agreement with us. We have a program that we are developing that will benefit those who have finished secondary school and those who have finished university. The UN program today, Sustainable Development Goal, is supposed to have eradicated poverty. But today we have government in our state who are still giving out keke na pep, which was a product of poverty alleviation. And this keke na pep has become a good source of revenue for government. What a shame. And it's done in such a crooked manner that people are flogged and disrupted. Upon that, they don't even have good roads. That brings us to other things about empowerment. The good roads about infrastructure. We do not believe that you can develop Anambra State with the level of decay it is with subvention from Abuja. It's nothing. We are great people, Anambra people, with acumen to turn things and make profit. We have hidden treasures in Anambra State that we will unlock, we will untap to triple our budget in the first 1 year and quadruple it in the second year. I believe that by the time we finish 4 years in Anambra State, we would have been getting our budget close to 1 trillion naira. That's the only time you can develop major infrastructure, because one other way to activate the economy is from investment in infrastructure. And you can't do that with kobo revenue that is coming from motor parks and the drivers. So all this put together, education is key. Quality education is very, very important for anything that you want to do. And I think that in our 10-point agenda, we have great plan for that. Rural development is key. A city like Onitsha, if you have ever had the opportunity to see the plan, it's one of the best developed planned cities in the world. I lived in Onitsha. I know how beautiful it was. Main market you heard about was a tourist attraction. One of the greatest infrastructures that ever existed in this part of the world. Today, even the toilets and the staircase leading to the toilet have been partitioned into stores. The water hydrant position on top of it is stored, and it's being done by this government. So I have no doubt that Anambra people should not have any reason to pay back a government that has woefully performed with continuity. Because ABGA is campaigning on continuity. If you have to continue, it's embezzlement, poor infrastructure. We need somebody who is independent. We don't need a government that want to impose a successor. Anambra State has not recovered from the encounter we had in 2003, from the issue of Godfather and Godson. We need it no more. We are here, we are independent. The Labour Party is free. Any vote for us is vote for just me and Jesse Belong. It's not a vote. You will not know what the outcome will be in court by the time the cases between the two so-called major parties are determined. You are right when you say that Anambra State stands tall, the Committee of States and Nations. You are right. But when it comes to politics, we've not gotten it right. The reason is simple. Individually, we succeed. Good number of us from Anambra State have annual turnover in their private business more than the budget of the state put together. Double the budget. But for some reason, we underestimate the importance of governance and try to solve problems out of our own deep pocket. It was also, I am part of the players in that direction, not until I realized that doing so is just like taking a VIP position or suite in a Titanic boat. And that when that boat sinks, nobody is safe. So that is why I have decided to leave my comfort zone to come and roll my sleeves and carry my heavy weight and soil my hands. However, the litigations are there, but it has become a known fact that judiciary has become an integral part of our electoral process. You can't do without them. In fact, as a matter of fact, it seems as if they have the final say, judging with what happened after the 2019 election. I would not think that it will take a reasonable person to create violence because he has lost a court case. The only thing that could create violence in an election is injustice, desperation, and greed. So I do not see that violence coming as a result of that. But I pray we should be reasonable enough to play safe according to the rule of the game and accept defeat, especially when it comes free and fair. What people agitate against is injustice. The selection process of these major political parties have been so much flawed. A lot of people are angry. My prayer is that they will unleash their anger on these candidates. And they will continue to rally around us to defend our small self from their own. So even when they come with that violence, we will have enough army around us to succeed and defeat them. So I do not think that the nation will allow Anambra election to degenerate into violence. We have capable security agencies that will manage this situation properly and very well. And who knows? It's even possible that before we get to the election proper, the outcome of these different cases in court may have even eliminated some people. And in that case, there is nothing they will do except that I will pay them a visit at home to plead to them to join us in our camp. It might also interest you to know that we're already enjoying a whole lot of coalition of all the political parties. And where Zenith Labour Party has been a rallying point in Anambra State as we speak today. And our promise to them is that we will not be greedy. Our chairman has a good understanding. By the time God gives us this victory, we will form a coalition government to accommodate everybody. Right, Mr. Chairman? So you can see that he agrees.
Senate Labour Party, can you